Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Friday 14th August 2026 Aries. Make some plans for recreation. Having fun to look forward to is something that could make the toughest of days easier. You'll be amazed at how much you could manage, and there is open ends for sight. Your whole attitude lightens, so take the bull by the horns and create your own incentives. Do something special to reward yourself for the hard work you do every day. Taurus. Don't judge someone because his or her lifestyle differs from what you consider the norm. You may be traditional, but not everyone shares your same value, work, or lifestyle. While it may seem hard to understand and even be frightening to you, try not to be too hard on others. Gemini, friends seeking advice or a shoulder to cry on may be plentiful today. You're going to be one of the best to provide support and the caring that they need. Just don't give so much to others that you have nothing left for yourself. True friendship is about sharing problems. Getting run down will leave you in a place where you aren't much help to anyone. Cancer. Getting through any work you have to do shouldn't be a problem today. Even if you flag it for a bit, you're likely to get a second wind, and this will give you a chance to drive determination and see that your projects are to completion. Make plans for some fun after you've done such getting together with friends. If possible, go to an event that really intrigues you. Surely you deserve it. Leo. Working within boundaries and restrictions could help you today. You're an independent spirit, and your best achievements are often born out of doing things your own way. Like it or not, we all have to follow rules. Finish what needs to be done. Afterwards, you may find more freedom to act independently without consequence. Virgo. Chances are that you'll feel upbeat and positive today. Share this energy with others who feel less than content. Your attitude can have a profound effect on your friends, partners, spouse, and children. Persons can pick up on your spirit without even realizing it, and if someone is hurt or angry, be encouraging to them. Libra. Don't discount your excellent resourcefulness. If you haven't got everything that you need, take some time to think. What do you know? What resources can you access? And who might know where you could find what you need? Rather than panic because the pieces are not all there yet, make a list of contacts on the go and trust in the process. Scorpio. Try not to let the blues get you down. While it is true that some days can seem to drag and they become busier and the time will fly by faster, get down to finishing work that is still pending and make plans for the evening. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Not only will things seem to speed up, but you'll also feel better knowing that you're almost done. Sagittarius. Dare to be different. It's okay to have the usual routine. Sleep and eat at the same time, wear the same style, and do your work the same way every day. Before you know it, you're in a rut. The only way to pull yourself out of it is to decide to break free. Try a new hairstyle, wear clothes that are new for you. If the rut is really deep, consider a new career. Expand your horizons. Capricorn. If your lifestyle is very different from others, resist feeling self-conscious about it today. Remember that you choose your life for specific reasons. Even if you're considering a change, there is no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed about it where you are now. Everyone has to make his or her own way. And if it conforms to the norm, that's fine. If it doesn't, that is also fine. Aquarius. Enhanced determination could motivate you today, giving you the zip to plow through your work. Finish projects that have been pending and think about what you want to tackle next. Don't hesitate to do something that feels complicated or big. You'll probably be able to handle anything, and it will feel great when you're done. Making the most of any opportunity is what drives motivation. Pisces. Are you feeling the effects of today's low planetary aspects? Take heart, it's only for a while. Do your best to take things one step at a time and make some plans for a little fun this evening. Get together with friends if possible or watch a movie. Help yourself feel better by staying busy and focused. Before you know it, you'll be feeling much better and more able to tackle the day. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Friday 14th August 2026. Do have yourself a wonderful day.
It is a very beautiful Friday morning. But before we get into what's beautiful about Friday and the weekend, let's check out our morning news highlights from our news team.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Paulion. The 2026 Atlantic hurricane season may be off to a relatively quiet start, but meteorological officials are warning against letting that calm create a false sense of security. With the season still underway and weather systems being monitored across the Atlantic, St. Lucians are being urged to remain vigilant and keep their hurricane preparations in place.
There are two areas in the tropical North Atlantic that is being monitored for possible signs of development. One is at 80%. This one is closer to us. And there's one further east, which is at near 50%. Both of them that's within 7 days, as forecast for the next 7 days. The National Hurricane Center is closely monitoring those systems, and likewise, the Meteorological Services, is also monitoring these two systems for possible further development.
The official is encouraging citizens to continue monitoring trusted weather outlets so they can stay informed about any new developments. Residents are also being urged to prepare their homes, make the necessary emergency plans, and ensure that family members can be reached easily in the event of a disaster. A $40,000 cap came under scrutiny in the Senate, with opposition Senator Dominic Fede questioning whether the proposed tax amendments go far enough to provide relief for low and middle income families. Fede says greater consideration must be given to medical expenses and access to renewable energy if government is serious about putting citizens first. He argued that low-income households should be given greater leeway, citing the high cost of medical care on island and ongoing challenges within the healthcare system. Senator Fede says if these concerns are overlooked, the administration's stated mission of putting citizens first could be undermined. He says he looks forward to seeing these considerations included in the revised bill.
Given the cost of and the deficiencies in the National Health Service, one would have thought that the government would review this position. Because for me, if you're going to make, just like solar energy, I think healthcare costs and the deficiencies in our public health system would require individuals who want to go to private facilities to also get a deductible from their medical expenses.
Mr. Fede also challenged the leader of government business position on the proposed order concerning the purchase of photovoltaic systems. He questioned the suggestion that such systems would not cost in excess of AC $40,000, arguing that this could make some households, particularly those earning minimum wage, ineligible for the benefit. Fede says the $40,000 figure is debatable depending on the power rating of the system and the energy needs of an average 4 or 5 person household. For nearly 100 students in Sarat, the new school year will begin with one less worry and for their parents one less expense. School supplies donated by the George St. Croix Gospel Music Foundation are helping families prepare for the 2026-2027 academic year, as the foundation looks to take its outreach beyond the Sarat and into rural communities across St. Lucia.
What I've noticed, a lot of activities take part in the Castries Basin, so we wanted to go outside of Castries, into the areas where sometimes, the people sometimes feel like, there's nobody checking on them, they feel like nobody really cares. Everything's always in the north of the island. So, we chose Sarat as the community.
St. Croix says the foundation will be doing other donations in different communities around the island with a special emphasis on rural communities. Could good behavior behind bars open the door to a shorter sentence? That is one of the possibilities being raised as government advances the plea bargaining bill. Government Senator Virginia Albert Poyot is throwing her support behind the legislation, saying it could help tackle the justice system's backlog while also creating an avenue to review the custodial terms of inmates who have demonstrated good conduct over the years.
It has always been an issue that I am concerned about in terms of inmates who have been incarcerated. And some of them have been doing quite well in terms of their behavior. And sometimes it's necessary that you revisit their sentence.
The plea bargaining bill is designed to make it easier for an accused person to make a deal with the government's lawyers before a final decision is made on their case. If the lawyers agree, both sides can settle the case quickly without going through a full trial. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Have an enjoyable and productive Friday. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Thanks, team, and thank you, St. Lucia, for always joining us. But we are going to take a break, so head on out there. Go tell a friend to tell a friend that the DBS This Morning show, it's on. Right after this break, we'll be back. Hey DVS family, welcome back to This Morning show. Now this morning is gonna get a little bit stylish. Why? Because the lady next to me, she is all about the design, and not just designing, but interior decorating. None other than the professional herself. We have Merlicia. Hey Merlicia, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us here this morning on the DVS Morning show. Now, whenever I see your page on Instagram, I always have to stop and watch, because you take from nothing and you transform it into something.
I do my best.
You're doing more than your best, I can tell you that. But we want to know just a little bit about you. So first of all, go ahead and introduce yourself to St. Lucia, and then tell us a little bit about what you do and the name of your business.
Okay, great. Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Merlicia Melius. I am the founder, director, owner of Mel's Interior Design, and I am an interior designer by profession. I have always loved interior design, and like my host said, I basically come into spaces, whether it's residential or commercial, and basically transform spaces.
She doesn't lie. When she says transform, she means transform. Now, Mel, how did you get into interior design?
I have always had a love for interiors for as long as I've known myself, even from a very, very young age. I would always transform my room or change the living room around, even at home. And as I grew older and I had my own space, I also leaned into that a bit and started curating my space more and more, transforming spaces. And then I started transforming spaces for friends and family. And I was like, you know what? I really, really love this, and I am passionate about this. Why don't I, explore this further and see how far I can take my passion and turn it into something that I could do as my everyday. And that's what I did.
Now, with interior decorating, there are certain colors and certain textures that work together to make, things pop, right? What are some of the things that we need to look out for if we want to try something of our own if we're home? What are things that kind of pair together?
Let me see. How can I explain it in layman terms? You see, again, it is so specific, because that's the thing about interior design. There isn't a one size fits all. So for some people, if you really would like to play it safe, then I would say lean towards the neutrals if you really want to play it safe. But even if you are going with a neutral color palette, for instance, if you love black and whites,
right,
you can always still ensure that you play it up a bit, going back to my previous statement where you pair that with textures and colors. So even if you love black and white, you don't want to just go with plain black and plain white. You want to also mix that up by adding blacks that may have some textures,
right,
whites that have some pattern, but as always still balancing it off a bit. So if in case there may be a color that you tend to like, don't be afraid to put a splash of color in between those, because with black and white, because it's a neutral, it's going to be fairly easy to pair it with certain colors that you may like as well. But again, you still have to go back to that balance, because it's about balancing out the colors that you like, bringing in little pieces, whether it's with your artwork, your pillows, your decor.
Right.
But you don't want to just splash those colors in there. You still have to do it in such a way so that it blends in with that neutral color palette that you have.
Correct.
So in a way, there is sort of kind of a science behind it. And again, every single person is different. So it's very difficult to pinpoint and say, okay, you just want to mix browns and whites. But if you lean into what you like, and again, always still look at, you mentioned Pinterest a while ago. If in case there is something that you like, don't be afraid to find inspiration. I say don't copy and paste.
Right,
I'm not a copy and paste at all. I don't ever think that anybody should ever copy and paste a space that they see, because there is so much that goes behind a photo that you see online that you may not necessarily understand. But don't be afraid to use it as inspiration and try different things. You know, sometimes you have to fail and find out what you truly like, because you may try something out and discover, that's not really me. But do it in smaller increments, because it can get pricey, you know, so try little things and see gradually what you may tend to gravitate towards, and then you can, you know, build it on from there.
Now, I'm happy you said something just not too long ago when you said don't copy and paste. There are things that should be developed, you know, just by personal style. Now, it takes a lot when you're doing interior decorating, and for those who may look at it like, oh, I could do that, that looks easy. What is one piece of information that they don't know about interior designing that you'd like to share with them?
Okay. Now, I'm happy that you made the difference between, because sometimes you say interior decorating and sometimes you say interior design, and that is something that people sometimes use interchangeably, but there is a difference. Now, as an interior designer, we really go further in terms of not just picking up pieces. Whereas interior decorating may focus solely on the decorating aspect, as interior design, we really go further in terms of really looking at how people use a space functionally, and ensuring that we can make form follow function, meaning the space has to be beautiful, but we literally design the space in the way that every single client will use that space. And that's why it can't be, again, like my previous statement, be a one size fits all, because even from my initial consultation with a client, I dig deep into finding out what you like, what you don't like, what are your hobbies. You may find it strange and say, but what does my hobbies have to do with, you know, at the end of the day, it helps me get insight into how that person uses that space, what that person likes. If you're a reader, I want to ensure that if I design specifically for you, that I may try to incorporate a reading
space
somewhere. But if you're not a reader, then it might mean that, hey, you love cocktails. I want to be able to incorporate, you know, maybe a little cocktail station, or, you know, so the people, your personality, and that is one of the things that interior designers do. We really try to incorporate every single person's personality into what they do. And it is not something that most people, because I do believe that it is a gift at the end of the day, so it's not something that just the everyday person can just pick up. You know, the same way I can walk into a space, literally any space, and tell you, hey, I know exactly how I would transform that space. And I could literally see the end result even without moving a thing. So I do also think that it is a gift for sure, and it is a talent that the more I do it, the more it develops, and the more I'm able to create spaces very specific to the needs of individuals.
Well, Mel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It was my pleasure. Before you go, please just drop us your social handles, your contact number for those who may be interested and want to reach out to you for consultation or to get some work done.
Yes. So again, the name is Merlicia Melius. My contact number, business, is 486-7088. And my Instagram handle, very simple, Mel's Interior Design.
Perfect. And there you have it, St. Lucia. With that said, we're going to take a very quick break, but please stay with us, because on the flip side of this break, I have something special just for you. We'll be back. Family, welcome back to your number one leader, and this is the This Morning Show right here. So if you're just joining us, you are right in time, because right now I'm actually in the heart of Castries, and the reason for that is we are at a brand new spot here in Castries called ZanziBar, and sitting with me are the owners of ZanziBar. We have Zanik and we have Horace. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you guys?
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Really do appreciate you taking time out just to be here. Now, we want to talk a little bit about ZanziBar. It's the newest hotspot in town, and I will say hotspot because every time I pass here, there's always a crowd. There is always a crowd, which is a good sign. So I kind of want to delve a little bit into what ZanziBar is about, but before that, I just want you to go ahead and just introduce yourselves to St. Lucia.
So I'm Zanik Skerrod. I'm Brian, and I am co-owner with Horace with ZanziBar.
And I'm Horace Bryan. Obviously, my wife here is Zanik, who's from St. Lucia. I'm not, but West Indian by heritage, and obviously Zanik is from St. Lucia.
Yes, he's actually, his dad's from Jamaica and his mom's from Guyana.
And
A fellow Jamaican in the house.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so you guys are owners of ZanziBar. So tell us a little bit about ZanziBar. Why that name and why this location? Because I know there's a history behind the name ZanziBar, so I'd love to hear it.
Yes. Well, actually, we are really stationed in Atlanta, Georgia, and we are trying to transition, coming back home.
Okay.
And we were looking for something that we felt was maybe a niche market that we could get into here. We were also interested in trying to bring some healthy options. The main reason, I am a breast cancer survivor, and I was trying to be able to give back to the community, and I guess try to stress the importance of actually living a healthy lifestyle.
And it's a bit of an oxymoron that we're a dessert shop that has something that's healthy, but if folks go and take a look at our website, they'll actually see that, yes, we are a dessert shop, but we also have many healthy options, including vegan options as well.
Yes.
And so the name for ZanziBar, I wish we had a deep rooted answer for you, but obviously Zanik's name is Zanik, and we call her Zan, and ZanziBar, also Zanzibar, for those who don't know, is a place in Africa, off the coast of Africa.
Yeah.
It's on our list of places to visit. We haven't been there yet. And thus we just thought that Zanzibar would be the perfect name for St. Lucia, since there isn't anything like it here.
And Zanzibar is tropical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And so we felt it kind of matched the same scene here. So.
Amazing. Now, first of all, let me just say congratulations on beating cancer. That is a big deal. Congratulations to you both. And with Zanzibar being in the heart of Castries, some of the options that you guys offer, you did say vegan, but what can we see or look forward to on the menu?
So what's doing really well right now is our quinoa and rice bowls.
Okay.
And there's an option to have it with grilled fish, with barbecue pork and jerk chicken.
Okay.
You can also have the option of using it in a wrap. So the same option, but in a wrap.
Okay.
We also have, we call them our balls. They are fried on the outside, very soft inside. We have breadfruit, saltfish, ground beef on the inside, and those are selling very well, especially for people who are looking for something just to grab and go. We have some great toppings that go with those as well.
Yes. And the other option that, again, keeping in mind that we were trying to give the option of not having meat or fish. There is a sweet potato and plantain option, which is also really good.
Nice. So if you notice, everything on the menu is local and healthy options. And one thing I appreciate about St. Lucia is that we're trying to be on the healthier side. So every business is more focused towards health, because health is absolutely wealth. Now, for your social media handles, give us your handles so that we can stay in touch, follow you on Instagram, WhatsApp maybe, how we can reach out to see what's happening.
On Instagram, it is Zanzibar St. Lucia, that's St. Lucia.
Okay.
That's the same thing for Facebook. Our website is zanzibar758.com, so zanzibar758.com. So you can find us there, follow us. I would definitely ask folks to follow because we do give specials that are only for individuals who are following us. So we would love to have folks come on down and try us. I want to add as well that, again, we are a dessert bar. And so we do have our healthy options, but for those who are looking for some really decadent cakes, we have those. For those who are looking for popsicles that are, we call them artisan popsicles. We make our own popsicles. Our popsicles are filled with fruits. We also,
and then part of that is making sure that the popsicles are healthy as well. But they taste good, but they are made from real fruit that's sourced here in St. Lucia.
Local fruits,
And they're actually big chunks of actual fruit inside each popsicle.
Love that.
And then
to continue that whole idea of being healthy, we have what we call our immunity juices, and that's a spin on the local juice. So we'll have beet with sugarcane.
Yes.
We will have mango passion with ginger and turmeric.
Yes.
So just think of these things as we have no sugar in any of those.
Perfect.
But they taste really good.
They absolutely do. You'll be surprised what some things can taste like without sugar in them.
And it's an infusion of different fruits. So bringing in, for example, mango, that gives a sweeter taste to it. So it will help bring out the taste of the juice. So very good. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, as we're wrapping up this interview, I want you to tell St. Lucia one thing that you would want Zanzibar to be remembered for, and why they should come and check out Zanzibar right here in the heart of Castries.
So I would say we would love for folks to come and feel like they are experiencing something they haven't experienced in St. Lucia. An atmosphere, a fun feel.
Yes.
I think that it's also worth mentioning that we're opening a location in Rodney Bay that will open, we think, next month.
Yes.
In Rodney Bay. It will have a larger sitting area.
It will be the options to have kids parties.
Perfect.
And it will feel very different. But we hope that people come and walk away and say, oh my gosh, that was so good. I haven't tasted something like that. I haven't had a cake that was like that. I haven't had a popsicle or a slushie that tasted like that. So our hope is that you walk away, you tell someone else, and you come back and visit us again.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to chat with us about Zanzibar, and it was a pleasure. Welcome back, DBS family. I think this is a stance for cricket, right? When you're about to bat. 6-4. Hey, I think that's a 6. So we are in the CPL season. It is cricket season, and I don't know much, or do I? But I know someone who got all the information there is to know about what's happening with CPL this season. So let's go join Jaden for that bit.
DBS family, good morning once again. It's nice and sunny out, and hey, we're here to talk something major. Now, around this time of year, you know what's going on. I'd like to say the biggest party in sport, we are talking the Republic Bank CPL. And who better to talk about CPL than this man right here, Peter Miller, the head of comms and, well, PRO?
Yes.
Of CPL, yes?
That's absolutely, that's right.
Excellent, excellent. How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm excellent, thank you. Yeah, beautiful.
All right, how are you loving St. Lucia?
Oh, I love St. Lucia. St. Lucia is the very first Caribbean country I ever visited all the way back in 2015, and it's just got really close to my heart. I just always feel very at home here. I know where I'm driving, the people are friendly, the food is good, the weather's great. What more can a man ask for? I'm guessing so by now, every sentence you should be saying Gasa. Okay. Anyways, we're talking cricket, we're talking CPL. 14th season we're at now. How's that accomplishment? How's that feeling? Yeah, it feels great, and it gets bigger every year. I think that's the really important thing for us, is that the reason why I think CPL carries on being successful is that we don't rest. We're not there thinking, oh no, we're good now. We're always thinking, right, what do we need to do to try and make this really good value for money for people? Right. And that's what we're always trying to do. It's people have choices what they can spend their money on, right? There's a big party coming up this weekend. They could choose that over CPL. So what do we need to do to try and explain to people why they should be coming along? And that's about making sure that when you come to the stadium, it's a great experience. We were here for the first game and it was fantastic. The local team here have done a great job. The vibe's there, the music's good, the hype man's fantastic. Everyone feels like they're having a good time, and that's what we're trying to achieve. So I think that's the success. And I think there are times where we forget that the really big part of this is the cricket, right? We spend so much time talking about all the things that happen off the field that there's times when we forget what it's like. That the most important thing is that you've got some of the best cricketers in the world here in St. Lucia. Right. And so, I mean, obviously every year, I myself being a fan of CPL and cricket itself,